Oh. Yes, I can see the chat. Oh, not again.
Oh no.
This fight is thank you everyone for joining us. I do apologize. I don't know what the hell's going on. Look at all these beautiful guys.
We're all here.
I thought it was all your fault because I wasn't here last time you guys screwed this all up, but I'm here this time, so maybe I don't know.
We were right on time last time, I think. That's what I thought.
Absolutely mental. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 8. I do apologize. Yeah, you wouldn't believe what was going on in the background. The thing with the what we're using now didn't work 2 weeks ago, which led us to try something that did work, which didn't work this week. I don't know what to say. Why that is even happening.
It's crazy.
I've no idea.
Trials and tribulations of being a VR content creator.
It could be, man. It could be. How are you guys doing anyway? Like, I don't think I need to introduce you all. What you been up to this week?
VR in it, bro.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of VR. I'm back. I'm finally home. I was gone for 35 days. I'm finally home and being able to get into my PlayStation VR 2, and it's glorious. Played Switchback, streamed it the other night. Finally got my own opinion on Switchback after listening to everybody else, and nice. played a ton of VR this weekend, man. You don't realize how much you miss it until you don't do it like consistently for a long period of time, and man, I miss it. So I'm glad I'm back.
Nice.
I'm glad everyone's back. I missed you all.
I know, yeah.
Missed you guys. I was in Santa Fe this morning, and I went to Meow Wolf with my wife there in Santa Fe, which if y'all have never checked out Meow Wolf, you'll have a chance because Walkabout Mini Golf has recently partnered with Meow Wolf. They're doing a course and a real world location that should like sync up. So that'll be cool. But it's like a themed art exhibit, and it's basically like a VR game. So it's super awesome, and had a great time with that. Last week I played some Gran Turismo and jumped straight in with the gyro controls.
How was that?
I've never tried that.
Felt great. Great. Yep. It's hard actually, to be honest. That game's harder than I was expecting. It's like I'm constantly trying to turn and slamming into walls, you know. So yeah, GT7 and of course Breachers, right? And I think that's probably the case for a lot of us. I love Breachers. It's right up my alley, and I'm having a really good time with it.
I think it's going to be really interesting to obviously discuss some Breachers and then talk about the information we've heard from Firewall. So
yes,
yeah, because technically they are both, I guess, fighting for the same genre of game. So yeah.
Man, I got to play a little bit of Switchback, and it's funny. I got to a level, and I beat Wes, and I was like, I beat the game.
How
I don't
dare
even
you
need to play this anymore?
Yeah.
Wow, Wes, were you like feeling okay that day? Whatever level that was, were you sick?
I haven't been into it since I finished it, but now, you know, I said I would play Breachers after the show today.
We're gonna listen. No, that's not happening.
I'm not feeling well.
The 6 of us just agreed before we get in here that we're all playing Breachers as soon as this is over, and that's what we will do. I will say one thing about Switchback. I want to say one thing. These things right here, I don't know if it's these things. I don't know what you guys use for audio, but the audio on Switchback is one of the biggest things about the game, and nobody really talked about it. It is freaking awesome, man. Like, I know that they're not going to attack me from behind, right? They're not. I don't have to turn 360, turn 180 and look behind me. They're not going to attack me. But there's so many sounds coming from behind you and your left and your right that make you want to look. So you take your focus off what's in front of you. The spatial audio is fantastic with Switchback. And again, I'm using these Sony Pulse. I'm not saying you have to use these things, but they're really, really good. And like I said, I know what you guys are using for audio. Let me know if you think it's the same way. But man, the audio is so good, and it's under talked about, I think, in that game.
When I went to the actual studio, it was like a proper Dolby surround sound cinema room that we were using. And they did a fantastic layout of green screens and stuff and everything. And I can't remember. I wish I could remember. Is it Shure? I don't know what headphones they gave me, but yeah, you're right, dude. Like, it's better than what I've got at home. It was really good, like really good. You know, 'cause one of the things I noticed when I was playing it there is actually the sound of the roller coaster sounds. That, funny enough, here I don't really hear that often. And I kind of thought one of the things with PSVR or PS5 and PS5 games is you get an equalizer for the Pulse headphones. Like the developers can make that, and then you can like download them for the games or something.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting some of that for PSVR 2 games, and I don't think any PSVR 2 games have done that yet, where there's like a specialized equalizer for a game to get the most out of it. But yeah.
Yeah, they talked about that when Mark, what's his name, Cerny, laid out kind of the details about the audio, the Tempest audio in the PS5, and one of the things they said that they were going to do is have customized and customizable, equalizers or audio profiles, if you will, for different individuals and different types of speakers and headphone setup. So yeah, I have, I don't do much flat gaming, so I haven't noticed it at all. But it's interesting that you mentioned that there are some studios that are doing that.
Yeah.
I've only been using the earbuds with my PlayStation VR 2. And like so far, like everyone, like I did like a Twitter thing where I asked everybody what they were using. The Pulse 3Ds came up a lot, but I didn't really hear or see anything that was like, dude, you need to upgrade from that. And I'm just double checking now. Like, should I be using something else?
You just heard it from Mash. Mash
and you
literally went on a rant almost about it.
And what's
he
nice
didn't
about
mention
these
the
things
earbuds.
too? No, I think the earbuds are adequate. I think they're okay. But
Yeah,
I
they are
definitely wanted
good.
something
The
better.
earbuds are good.
The problem with earbuds, especially if you're doing anything like, I don't know, if you're going to be talking to somebody else, like if you've had earbuds in, when you try and talk, it cuts your audio off so much that it screws you up. Like you never know if I'm yelling or not, and I'm in the house. I don't want to feel like I'm yelling. So I do like to have over the ear, like headphones.
Yeah, so you can just like do one of these.
Yeah, or I can just hear better if I stick earbuds in. Like cuts off all my sound. And I don't know how loud I am. What I was gonna say is in the PlayStation VR, PlayStation 5 menu, you have a 3D audio button. I don't know if it's set up directly for these or not, but there's a 3D audio thing there where you can go in and you can change your audio left or right depending on how your hearing is, because everybody's hearing is different. So you can adjust how your audio goes, and like some people have like different hearing, and it'll help you. There's a guide in there that will help you change the audio. Go in and set it up. It's worth it, trust me, just to have it set up correctly.
It's good to know.
And I'll say
these
this
things are worth it.
I'll say this, Alex. The first couple of weeks I had my PlayStation VR 2, all I used was the earbuds. And my opinion at that time is that they were fine. They were good and, better than other integrated audio solutions like the Quest Strap Audio. They're vastly superior to that. But then I switched off to my VR ears. And going from that back to the earbuds, they sound like dog shit now. They're all tinny, and I can't use them anymore. I use them in like streaming scenarios where I need to. But the entire rest of the time I'm using headphones or I'm using my VR ears. It does make a difference.
For the Quest, I just use these like wired Logitech.
Yeah, that's what I've got on right now.
They're so good. They're like literally, if I don't use these while I'm in a game, it sounds so cheesy, but I feel more immersed when I've got over here headphones on. So yeah, I'm quite lazy. I've said this before. When it comes to playing VR, literally whatever it is, I want to be in it and doing it as quick as possible. So even grabbing my pulses, I tend to be like, I'll just use the earbuds. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there's definitely a benefit.
They connect so easy. Like I keep mine always plugged in. All I got to do is turn the switch on. They're on. They go. And usually they hold a charge forever. And I got to say, like I use when I'm using, when I'm streaming or if I'm, doing my podcast, I'm using Sennheisers. And these are probably the best headphones I've ever tried. And I tell you what, these sound almost as good, man. They're really good. I'm impressed with these for $80.
Why are they
Don't
black?
you have Sennheisers?
Get the black ones. They're $80.
Yeah.
The white ones are $100. If you get the black model, they're $80 because they're not
What's the
white.
difference?
Why would that matter?
Who gives a shit? Yeah.
What's the
$80
difference?
at
What's the
Walmart.
$20 difference?
Black and white. That's the only
I
difference.
got the
They
white
want the
one,
white ones match.
But that's the only one that existed when I bought mine.
Expensive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Well,
cool.
let
Hey,
me go ahead.
quick shout out to Snow Toad.
Yes,
right?
please.
Oh yeah.
He has gifted 10 memberships to the VR CruCast since the show's almost
That's
started.
awesome.
Yeah, pre-show 5 memberships, and then just a minute ago another 5. So Snow Toad, shout out.
Yeah,
You're a
you rock.
legend.
I
Thank
keep
you.
waiting to see Roots up there, but I'm not. That just doesn't get me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank
So
you.
I was telling them, because I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been playing. A ton of VR, obviously Resident Evil 8. So we're gonna be talking about that on Wednesday, which is probably the best VR game I've played, maybe ever.
Everyone says that.
Wow.
Everyone who plays Resident Evil 8 on PSVR 2
especially
comes
getting
away
into
and
it
says
deep.
that.
But I
Yeah.
was telling them before we started, D beat the first boss on Returnal last night.
Nice.
awesome.
It's not,
Yeah.
and that's it's a tough game. If you haven't played it,
It
it
is.
can be a tough game.
But
That's
but
kind of that's
the-
the biggest hump to get over is that first
well,
boss.
Yeah.
the bad part is it was on my PC.
So she beat it for Roots again.
She beat it for Roots. So because we were handing the controller back, one person would play until they died and vice versa, and then she ended up beating
And
it,
the
and
cool
she had
things
the
you can
perfect
do when
run.
you're together, like
That is
I
so
wanna be able to do-
cool.
I want to be able to do that with Roots.
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
be like, oh, I died.
Come
Your
hang
turn.
out.
Oh, it's your turn.
I would literally
was cool.
have us all playing GoldenEye on my N64 if that was the case. Like,
Yeah.
whoever, you know what I mean?
Go.
Dude, that
Yeah.
game does not stand the test of time, bro. Like, I'm sorry,
Controls
but the
don't.
controls are garbage. And I even have an N64 controller for my Switch, and I tried to
Wavebird.
play it the other day, and ugh.
I'll say,
Kept
all
dying,
I can
and
say
it
is
was like,
get
it's
good, man.
garbage.
Get good.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
God.
Get
All right, well,
a
now I
Wave
need to beat
Bird.
you in it.
Oh, dude. Okay. So, cool. Let's quickly jump onto Breaches, which I think when I looked on the charts the other day is like climbing the charts in sales on the Quest, doing really well. And I think it's deserved personally.
Absolutely.
I did have in my review, I have got some negatives about the game. But I actually told them those negatives in person, which was really cool. So and I say the negatives, it's constructive criticism, I guess, more than a negative, but what do you guys think of Breaches so far?
I'm digging
love
it,
it.
man. I already love the this style of game. Firewall has, and I've always said that Firewall is my favorite versus multiplayer FPS in all of VR. I've always loved Firewall, but I love the diversity in the gameplay of Breachers. There's more gadgets. The maps are vertical with the grappling and everything. So in terms of gameplay, I kind of like what's going on with Breachers a little bit more. I do wish that there were more maps, and I'm sure that those are on the way, right?
Yeah, as far as I know,
Totally.
dude, like they've added Kill House now, but so you've got 4 currently, haven't you, including Kill House. Like Team Deathmatch on that game is pretty cool, but again, it's like spawn points are broken. Like you can just stand there and just fucking mow people down and stuff. But what they've got there with the actual tactical side of the game and the infiltration stuff, it works really well, like really well.
Yeah. What
There's
you
only
just
2
said,
games
right-
I want to play right now, and that's Breachers and on Quest anyway. I'll play my PlayStation all day long because there's a ton of stuff there. But Ghost of Tabor and Breachers is the only thing.
What
I wanna
about
play when
Vertigo
I'm-
2?
Same.
I'm over it already. I'm kind of like through it already. I'm like,
You
Oh,
beat
nice.
it?
yeah, no, I didn't beat it, but I don't feel a need to run back to it right now. Like I really want to play Breachers right now, and I really want to play Ghost of Tabor. Especially
Nani's
after
going
the
to
wipe.
visit you tonight
That's
for
me.
saying that.
I know, right?
Well,
Man,
Wes,
that's
what
me
you just
too.
said really resonates, because I was a hardcore Firewall player, and this is definitely like my favorite first-person shooter to come along since the original Firewall. There's a lot of things that I think it does better, and I think it's a better experience. It's hard to say it's a better game, but it's definitely a better experience. I don't know. You could like give me a hard time about the semantics of that, I guess. But like in Firewall, I stood in lobbies for 40% of my game time in that game. Like a round could be over super fast and bam, you're back into a lobby, which is like a forced amount of time before another match spawns. And Breachers is just like smooth, just like bam, 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 round after round after round. I love the like the customization in between the rounds with the economy. Like you have X amount of dollars and you can buy a weapon, boom, add your attachments to it. Sweet.
You can
I
change
want
on the
this
fly.
perk.
You can
I
literally
want
just
that
change on
perk.
the fly. Like, how are they playing? How do we need to play?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that it is balanced in the way that like only 2 frag grenades per team, only 2 med packs per team.
Yeah.
So like you kind of have to strategize with who's carrying what and all of that stuff. And
It forces teamwork because you know
it's
what I
just
mean?
so
Like
good.
there's only 2 heals. If somebody's get damaged, you know what I mean? You have to take care
Exactly.
of your teammate. So
And you can pass it to each other like across the way when you're like holding down a point, you know, like, oh, I need a heal. Who has one? Me.
Mhm.
Who can pass it over to them. That's epic. Nothing like that in Firewall. I love the drone too.
Yeah, the
That is
drone is so
badass.
cool. Yeah.
It's so badass. It is so strategic too. Like you can breach a wall or breach the ceiling and send in a drone and figure out what's going on. Is it safe for us to drop in or not? You know, and I don't know. I'm really, really enjoying it. I think it's great.
I like slower play shooters too. So like I don't know how you guys are. Like I'm not a huge Call of Duty multiplayer fan because I don't like the fact that I can run around. It doesn't matter if I die, I spawn right back, and I come right back. So that's why I like Escape from Tarkov or games like that are slower. To me, you're dead, you lose all your stuff. There's got to be penalties to you dying. I don't mind going in and playing like free for all, but I love the strategic part, working as a team, having to go slow, having to check every corner. If you peek in one wrong spot, you have one shot, you're dead. And then you're dead for the whole round. Those are penalties that you should incur, and that's what makes this game so intense. So for me, I love games like this.
Man,
Same.
I couldn't agree more with you. This game is good on so many different levels because first of all, the core gameplay is phenomenal. It's so good. The teamwork required to really dominate in this game is amazing. Having to know the maps and all the different entry points, and it's just so good. But then there's like this game just looks unbelievable.
I was
And it
actually
looks unbelievable on the quest.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to ask you guys, like, have you played the Rift Steam version versus Quest, and what are your thoughts on that comparison?
Yeah, so it being on the Quest and being, I think this is probably, I'm going to say that this may be the very best looking and performing game that the Quest has to offer. As far as a multiplayer game, it looks like I can't even believe I'm on a Quest most of the time. Then I go over and I plug in my index and I'm playing on Steam, and it looks even better. I don't even know how that's possible, but like the anti-aliasing is amazing, right? You don't see any jaggies. The frame rate is like a solid 144 frames on my index at all times. It like never dips. This game is so well optimized, stupid. Like these guys are geniuses with game optimization. I don't know how they've done it. I don't know what kind of wizardry they've signed up for, but like this game is good in almost every single aspect of what makes a game good, from graphics to gameplay to strategy to everything. This is a full package. This game is sick.
Yeah, I love it. And I mean, I loved Hyperdash, which Triangle Factory is the name of the developers here. They made Hyperdash, and I loved that when that came out. I played the alpha from SideQuest, and I played the crap out of it when it launched on the Quest. And this is like the best like follow-up performance ever. You know, they just like learned from what they did in Hyperdash, made a new style of game, and just like knocked it out of the park. I'm having so much fun with it.
Home run.
It is so
Hell
good. So I guess we can move on to Firewall from that anyway, because it sounds like you guys are really enjoying Breaches. I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat, like, again, knowing every single person's name in the VR community. Thank you ever so much for being here. Really appreciate seeing all of you. I hope everything's going well for you all. I hope you're enjoying VR and everything. Everything's good. Respect to you all. And thank you again to Snowtoad and Mrs. Snowtoad for gifting the memberships. And Lincoln Clay calling us all buzzards. I don't know what that means. Thank you.
We were playing with Lincoln the other night, man. I was streaming on Saturday, and Wes and Roots got in, and then who else was in there? There was a ton of people, man. Artful was in there for a little bit. Lincoln Clay was. It was a fun time, man.
So
yeah,
before
Lincoln
we move
actually
on,
stepped out for Wes. That was actually really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a couple of things that I've learned in Breachers that I just want to quickly throw out there.
Oh, tips.
Yes. So this one, it takes, I think, people a while to figure this out. But the first and most obvious one is that if you want to like swing in from your rappel and jump through a window, you push your right thumbstick in, right? Get over the window, hit your right thumbstick, you'll kick off, bam, and then come blasting.
Oh,
through,
nice.
which is a great move.
Learn that.
Yeah, I like that.
Going down your rappel, if you want to speed that up, you click in your left thumbstick and you'll like fall. So you don't have to like slowly work your way down. Left thumbstick will allow you to quickly fall down your rappel. And then finally, your consumable items like the health pack and the breaching foam and one other thing, I'm forgetting what it is right now, but they have 3 charges on them. So, and they recharge after a certain amount of time. So you can use your healing pack once, put it back on your chest, and after a cooldown, you can use it again. up to 3 times. Same with your breaching foam. So I was like blasting open a wall and then chucking my breaching foam over my shoulder. And somebody who I was playing was like, dude, you have 2 more charges with that thing. And there was a time when it really could have come in handy because there's areas inside the buildings that require breaching foam to get through. So I think that's all I have for tips right now, but I just wanted to throw that out there before we moved on.
Nice. Yeah, Brad's not well this week. Sorry, I probably should have said something in the beginning. Yeah, he's not feeling too good. I think he even said like he can't even make any videos at the moment. But he'll be back. He said he's 80% fixed.
Well, that's what happens when you live 24/7 in a 75 hertz headset. You need them extra 15 hertz, Brad.
I love that the whole community is playing this game too, by the way, Breachers. Like, I mean, it seems like everybody's playing it. I got in last night. Zemtalk was streaming. He invited me to come in and play. It was like Arcanian was in there, and like the Livinator was in there, and there was a ton of people that we know, just all community members in there playing.
Dude, you know who else is in there? And it's not my mom.
Oh,
my dad?
Yeah, it's my mom and dad's offspring. All the children are in there, dude, and it is pretty intense. Like, I was taken aback by how hard it was to get away from like literal children. I had a teammate last time I played. I was playing with J-Bar, who does all of his streams on a VR treadmill. J-Bar, JBAHR. Check him out.
Beer and headshots.
And yes, beer and headshots. Oh yeah, that's the name of his thing. Either way, we had like a 7-year-old on our team. Like, I'm guessing 7.
How'd they do?
How do you think they did?
Well, sometimes they're fucking crazy. They're
That's
like
true.
amazing.
That's true. I've gotten destroyed by children in knock before.
Right.
But just like the constant, just like blah, 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 just like in my ear, dude. It was like, it's honestly draining. Like, it was I was like relieved when we finally got out of that lobby. So
but that's what I'm talking about, though. There's so
me.
many people playing like that. I haven't played with anybody that hasn't been a community lobby yet. Like, we're filling 10 spots. I mean, we had a couple of bots during Zim stream yesterday. We played for like 5 hours.
The bots
4 or 5
suck.
hours.
Let's just say that. The bots
but I
need a
mean,
lot
but
of work.
literally, there's been so many community people playing. I have not had even a chance to get in and play with regular, unknowns.
I only want to play games like this with my friends. Like, I
Me
have
too.
no.
Yeah,
I
same.
just don't care to get in with randoms.
I was
I just
gutted.
Yeah, I'm the same.
When I started streaming, private lobbies wouldn't work. It just wasn't working, even though I could see some. Like, there was reports that I can't remember what he said, but basically something was wrong with the back end of whatever servers they're using, and I was really gutted because I had like a load of people waiting. I was like, oh man, and then you end up like just playing with anyone. But as you said, everyone was playing it anyway, so you end up just bumping into people off your own Discord and channel and stuff. So that was really cool. Distract Rec Room is the absolute worst. I mean, that is Kid World, isn't it? Rec Room.
Yeah, 100%. But
It's
yeah, I
free.
mean, for a $30 game, it's $30, right? Preachers.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, for a $30 game, I was pretty surprised how many just young voices I was hearing. I was like, man, where are your parents, dude?
They like just chuck him in a room and shut the door. Like, yeah, get him.
Yeah, seriously, because
Yeah.
they're children and we're adults, like adult men, like I don't know. I'm not trying to open up that can of worms right now, but I just thought it was worth mentioning.
Don't, bro.
So let's move on to talking about Firewall. Are you guys all up to date with the recent hands-on that all the press people had?
I haven't checked out all of them yet, but I've seen a few of them, and it's been extremely positive. All the ones that I've checked out. Ian from Eurogamer was particularly impressed with it, and that's someone whose opinion I have a great deal of respect for. So I'm excited, man. I was already excited. Now I'm super excited.
I've
Nice.
seen nothing, so I could definitely use like the information. I haven't
Same.
heard.
Can we immediately call out the elephant in the room? What in the crap is with a button reload in a VR game?
That's the way Firewall's always been, bro.
But it was
That's
always
why-
that way
No,
because of
because
the aim controller, though. There's no aim
controllers.
controller now. To me, that's
Right.
a cop out now.
That is
Right. Right.
garbage.
And well, listen, like they had listen though, seriously, that when Firewall Ultra was announced, everyone said, yeah, but there's no aim controller. So I get what they're doing. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but they're trying to cater to their base, the people that are coming over from the first version of the game. They want their experience to be similar to the experience of the first game. So they're going to copy over stuff like that. Hopefully it's optional. Hopefully those of us who like to do manual reloading will be able to.
It
What-
won't be
what-
optional. You can't have a competitive shooter and have one lot of people
Yeah.
pressing auto reload, because if they're competitive players, unless there's some sort of ruling where in the options it's cancelled out, you can't have a load of people always making the perfect fast reloads and a load of other people. I said it in my
He's
video.
talking to you, Alvo. He's talking to you, Alvo.
One of
You
my
can't do that.
favorite things, in a game is those stress moments. You drop your clip. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you fuck up.
Yeah.
But I'm okay even with a pop 1 reload. I just don't want a
No,
button
that's
press.
true.
Or a
Same
breacher's
as
reload.
breaches,
Yeah,
same
or
as
a breacher's
breaches I
reload.
like.
Yeah, just don't give me a
same.
button press. And you know what? I don't think most of the people that have been using an aim controller for the past 5 years want a button press either when they're not using the aim controller.
You'd
Like
be
like you're saying,
surprised,
cater to
man.
those people, but I don't think they want it.
Do you know
Like
what
I
it is,
wouldn't
right?
want it.
This is what we need to remember, and this is what I've seen personally, and I could be wrong, is that the PSVR only people aren't too bothered. They're not that bothered, because they haven't really experienced many other games. Pavlov, right, is the only other game that most of them have now played because of everyone's been talking about it. And I knew that would kind of happen because Pavlov, if you're only PSVR, is the first. Well, it's a bloody good game, There's not much as in terms of leveling and competitiveness there in that way, but the guns are fantastic. There's World War weapons in there. For them, it's like an amazing playground. But the weapons in that are very real, very hard to reload. Like the first time we try and reload an LMG in Pavlov, everyone's like, unless you've really reloaded one, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before. So even if I think you've got the extremists of Pavlov and they're saying, do you know what? I actually don't mind a button press. I don't want to fucking stand there lifting this up, pulling this clip over here, racking it back. And so you've got two extremes, unlike all of us who have played Onward, Contractors, Population 1, Breaches. And to be fair, Breaches is even simpler than Population 1.
Breachers
it's
is
just one
barely
step.
qualifies. It barely qualifies as a manual reload.
Yeah, it is just.
You hit a button
mag.
to drop your clip and you put the mag in, and the rest of it's an
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah,
it's just slightly above a button reload.
yeah.
But it's better though. I still want that.
Got that.
Again, we complained about the pop 1 reload when that first came out too, because they're like, wow, that's not going to work. It's way too cheap. It's not a real reload. And guess what? Now everybody loves it.
It's
But
arcade.
at least give me that over nothing. Give me that over a button press. I don't want a button press. I can
Yeah,
button
don't
press
wanna
in
go
black
backwards here. I just don't want to go backwards. We're getting back to the point of having a controller in your hand, pushing a button to reload, pushing a button to aim down the sights. I don't want to do that. I'm in VR
But
for a reason.
nobody's complained about a button press in Resident Evil 8 when we got in certain instances, there's you got
Different
the
game.
drawers, but but it
Wait,
doesn't
but
matter.
I reload my guns manually.
a,
in Resident Evil 8.
a button reload for switchback. No one's complained about that either. I think it'll work. It'll be a different. It's not everything has to be a recreation of real life.
Yes.
in a tactical
mean?
in a tactical
Ma-
simulation shooter. It does.
I could. That's the problem. Everyone's kind of right.
I
That's-
see both sides
yeah.
of this.
That's the
For sure.
problem. Everyone is
If
kind of
it's
right.
a run and gun game, I guess I don't care. But again, this is a slow paced tactical simulation shooter. This should have a full, or at least give me the option. Again, I know you can't because you can't have competitive if one person's not doing it. But I want the option. Don't give me the arcade. This is not an arcade game. This is going to be breachers, and I want, or at least give me some type of reload.
So here's
But-
some.
So
Sorry.
What somebody said in the chat, Artful, or no, was it? No, Decepticon. Button reload and OG Firewall was fine, regardless of whether you needed it for the aim controller or not. It worked. It'll work in this. It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Agree.
Like
Outside
it's
of
just-
VR, it's always a button press.
that's
Yeah.
that's generally how I feel about it too, Roots. And I'm wondering, do we know? Are we confirmed on how the grenade mechanics work in Firewall Ultra?
Yes.
Am I throwing it?
No.
No, it's a button press
No.
arc.
The
It's
aim,
a, it's,
the button
it's
aim.
a, it's a, I might be wrong about this, but GT, isn't it a button, but you aim with your eyes, right? With the
As
eye
far as I
tracking?
know, yeah. So a lot of
Yeah.
stuff is sort of controlled with your eyes. Someone's just saying in chat about pressing a button to aim or something, but I don't
Auto
know.
aim.
I've heard. I know. There's something called like, is it ads? I'm sure someone put it in the chat earlier, but there's a system where in Firewall. So there's a lot going on here. Where do you start? So there's the ad system with the guns where I think when you get them like close to your face, the gun will automatically like link up closer to your face.
Yeah.
You've then got the gun angle and aiming is kind of assisted with eye tracking. So one like in my video, I was just going through stuff and I was basically saying like you'll never now be able to, for example, drop your assault rifle and grab your pistol instead of reloading. That just can't happen because you're going to have to always have a weapon select menu to pick the pistol. You know, there's never going to be that, you know, like I remember like having my pro tube with the strap and just fucking whipping the assault rifle around just to get it out of the way to grab the pistol. Like that is a very, very cool feeling. So you'll never get that. As you said, the grenades are going to be auto. Yeah, and I said the other day, I was explaining this to someone who is a big Pavlov player, a friend of mine, and they said, well, they might as well fucking shoot the gun for me. It was their response.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, like that's...
I totally get it. I get why people feel this way, but also like, since we're using population 1 as an example, like let's think about population 1 reloading for a minute. Like it's not just this like casual and comfortable, like, oh, I put in my clip and then I rack it back. Like people learn strategies to like literally cheese the ever living shit out of their reloads. You know, like if you ever watch Proper D's video about reloading the op, it's just like, bam, it's like so fast. It's unrealistically fast because he's like learned that there's like a smooth motion that he can do that puts the clip in and pulls the thing back. And maybe they are thinking about it from like a balancing perspective where like they don't want people to have to like cheese their reloads or learn how to get it done in a split second where when they should just be focusing on like the intensity of the fight that they're
So
in.
we don't want manual reload anywhere then.
Well,
We're just going to get rid of manual reload?
No,
because one person can figure out how to do it faster. To me, that's competitive. That's, you know, if you want to be super competitive and be sweaty, go do that like Proper D did. To me, that's like real life. People learn how to reload really fast in real life. I mean, this if we're talking about a competitive shooter, let's be competitive. This is a competitive shooter. I mean, I guess I get the both sides, and I don't. And this is not like arcadey. So don't give me arcadey. I'm okay with arcadey. If you want to be arcadey, do that and do it. Like again, with switchback, you talked about switchback. I have no problem with shaking the gun reload, but that's switchback. It's not a competitive simulation.
But can't
shooter.
you have a competitive shooter that also has some arcadey elements to it? Like it doesn't have to be a fully perfect simulation for it to be competitive.
Yes, you
but
can.
that's not. But this isn't that. This isn't that though. This isn't a halfway.
It is that apparently.
If it's not
shouldn't
broke,
be.
if it's not broke, don't fix it. Their game, like Wes was saying on the show the other night, is so successful on PlayStation VR, and they want to give that same game experience to the people that are invested in that ecosystem. And you know, it's bad for the people that want a manual reload, but for people that love Firewall Zero Hour, they're going to get the same game on a better system, and they're going to love the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And they're in their own bubble anyway. They don't have all the platforms. They have to satisfy that group first, and then the other people will come and they'll be fine. I mean, I get it. I would prefer some kind of a manual reload as well, but I guarantee I'll enjoy the game either way.
So why, if we have to be bound to old hardware's limitations, why are we upgrading our hardware? Why aren't we all just still playing on the PSVR 1?
Oh, now let's not pretend that.
yeah.
Let's not pretend this is the same game. I mean, there are quite a few new features that were revealed this
Unreal
past
Engine
week.
5.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 5, the blinding mechanics and with the eye tracking and the way you can blind people with your flashlight or
that sounds
flashbangs.
so cool.
You can block it with your hand or close your eyes. I mean, that's amazing.
That is cool.
That is cool. That's really cool. I mean, that's what I mean. That we're very lucky now in VR that I mean, there's still not a standard of everything. For example, like in Veil, you can actually pull the clip out of someone else's gun. Like that is
Love
a fucking sick tactic. You know, you come around a corner and they've got a pistol to your head, and you go to unload, and you've got like one in the chamber, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" It's like, "Oh, I've just got your mag here, dude." like when that happens, I remember, I think it was Viper who done it to me. I was just like, that was fucking insane. It's unforgettable. But I do feel more than any other game recently, I've been kind of hyped for, and that's the other thing. Firewall's got a place in my heart, kind of thing. You know, it was the first real legendary VR competitive shooter that I completely loved. Like, I literally streamed it for hours, and you know, bringing people together. We had a tournament, you know, and all this stuff that I'm very excited to do that again. And I think everyone's just got to really pay attention to reviews and stuff like that when it comes out, you know, and figure
Is
out.
Breachers coming to PSVR 2? Do we know?
I asked them that, and there's no official yes, but there is like a, yeah, we do want to, obviously. So I think what they did was kind of right, and I think it's all paid off as well, is that they were getting the best out of Quest. As we first knew, it was a Quest game. And I said to the guys, I really want to stream it, but I'm really done with Quest streaming. Like, it's not fun. And they were like, "Oh, we're going to do a PC client, so you can see Quest gameplay on a PC." And I was like, "Well, fuck it, that's amazing." And then next minute there was a PC build, and I was like, "Oh, right, okay." And then so I'm assuming, dude, like, that'd be crazy. I think the conversation would change a lot for people when that happens, because again, Breaches would be very middle of the road, because you'd have Pavlov on one end, which a lot of people, I love Pavlov, very realistic guns. You're going to have Firewall, which would be its own, to be fair, a very unique way of playing a first-person shooter in 2023. And then you could have Breaches, which is kind of like a bit, I guess it would be in the middle row of them.
And
you're in trouble.
And you're going to have Ghosts of Tabor.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
yeah, September, yeah.
Firewall Ultra is going to be in trouble too, by the way, because it's only going to be PlayStation that we know of right now. And that player base, when we get Steam, Rift, Quest, and PlayStation VR 2, you'll never have an empty lobby with Breachers.
Absolutely.
And Firewall Ultra or Firewall, you try and go into the PlayStation VR version in the last year or 2 years and find a lobby. You're going to have problems.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're someone who is into like public lobbies, as we just spoke about, I probably won't be playing many public matches.
A lot of
I'll be
people
going
that do,
in people. You know.
How many complaints have we heard for the last 2 years about Firewall, or 3 years about Firewall? There's a lot of people that play public lobbies.
They're doing dedicated servers now, so hopefully that shouldn't be an issue. That what Alex said, the 40 minutes waiting, and that was the problem. That's what I hated about it too. Like, you know what I mean? You're forced to, and their basketball sucked. You make the basketball better, I think. No, I'm just kidding.
But it wasn't like
this. I'll tell you this. I will play this game because I'll play with my friends and I want to try it, and I want to, you know, Firewall was awesome, the original, but there's a lot of competition for games I know I love, and they have lost a lot of my interest with this reload mechanic thing. Now, it doesn't really matter. I'm just one person, right? But there's a lot of competition. I really hope they know what they're doing, because this is such like a big selling point of VR, is being able to interact with weapons like this. Yeah. And with the amount of amazing competition they have in the shooter range, I really hope I get in there and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Never mind. Forget everything.
I honestly think they're very focused on one platform. They're not really looking outside of other platforms. You know, that they are a PlayStation shooter. You know, they're a PlayStation VR shooter first and foremost. So again, it's so different. It's so different for everyone. I mean, the truth is, if people like us who are multi-platform can go in there and have a good game, the people who are only PlayStation VR are going to have a fantastic game. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to go hands on with it. Just to see, because even the clips they did, you know, like, you can almost be drip fed negatives from people, you know, like people talking about the accuracy of some guns, people talking about bits disappearing in the videos, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. But either way, I mean, it's conversation about the game, which is cool.
Right.
People
and
care.
You know, Nihilist Ryan in the chat says something that none of us have really mentioned. He says, one thing though, Firewall is going to have way better graphics than any of the competition, it seems. And I would say that that's probably true. Like it's going to be really, really beautiful. And to maybe just back up Skiva's perspective a little bit here, you know, Firewall or First Contact Entertainment kind of has a track record of like building off of like their base skeleton. You know, like you think about when Solaris came out, right? Like they targeted that game for the Quest and didn't take advantage of the Quest. It was still basically like a weird port of Firewall, having your hands glued to a single weapon and not having grenades that you can just reach out and throw, and not having manual reload mechanics or any of that kind of stuff. So there is a part of me that thinks that First Contact has just like taken Firewall and like left the core there and then just like added.
Well, that is exactly what the game is. It's like, for example, when we was talking about the lobbies, you still have to go back to a lobby in between rounds. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, why would you not think of a new way to do that other than you're trying to avoid going back to the drawing board, or you tried and failed?
I don't know. I don't know.
So
what if an aim controller 2 is coming and they know that? That's why they're doing a button press.
Dude, I would lose my mind.
It's not gonna
then
happen.
I'm all for it. Now I'm back in. Now I'm back in.
Look,
all right,
listen,
Firewall for the future. Let's go.
Listen, Eric, with these kind of button mechanics, button press mechanics being added into the control scheme, what this essentially does is it allows you to get a gun stock and use it like an aim controller, because you don't have to pull your controllers out and reload and have all this clunky interaction that gun stocks bring. You can put your controllers on like a Pro Tube or something, and then it, in theory, would feel like a next gen aim controller because of the next gen haptics and stuff. So
does the DualSense track?
I'm sorry?
No.
Does the DualSense controller track?
No, it doesn't. No.
Oh, because that was one of the things about Firewall, is that they wanted to make it to where you could also play it with a Dual Shock at the time. So you could either use a Dual Shock or an aim controller. And anybody who used an aim controller would have told you that's the way to play. But
is there occlusion issues with the PlayStation VR 2 controllers yet? There are issues. I don't know. I haven't used it.
Very rarely.
I haven't really used a gun stock. So with that,
it's quite light sensitive, and obviously with the slam tracking, like the more busier your space is, the better the tracking is, and it's a bit finicky, the tracking. But I don't really come across any issues personally.
I do all the time. Not with occlusion, just tracking in general, because when I'm not on the ship, I'm in a big green room.
That's true. Literally, Steve was like,
my PlayStation to work is by throwing boxes and shit all over the place. Like when it's time for me to game on my PlayStation, I have to trash the place and then pick up afterwards.
Literally, we were in a meeting the other day.
Every 2 seconds,
I looked around and Steve, I'm like, what are all those boxes all over your room? He's like, yeah, I was using my PlayStation. I had to have something back. It had boxes everywhere.
That sucks.
So Alex, have you seen this gun stock? Have you seen
I want that. That thing is sick.
Cobra VR Vader 1, and basically I was using it right, and this particular part of it isn't adjustable. Okay, but you can collapse it mid-game.
That's cool.
You can go from like so then you're using your other guns, and you go to like long shot and stuff. But I hated that. Not because it's not adjustable, because like if you have, I've got another one, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, I've only had like a few hours sleep. But on the other one, like the back stock is completely adjustable, this was adjustable, but I preferred everything else about this. So they sent me through this little kit thing just to take off this bar, right? Because what I was finding was, I was leaving it in this form, yeah? The controller here, and it's so easy to just attach the controllers and use it for reloading, throwing grenades and stuff, that I wanted this gone. And I'll tell you what, it actually did start reminding me of the aim controller. So I kind of thought to myself, like, I said that to them, and yeah, they've sent me through this little mod that I can add on the back of it.
You don't need that then. You just need a mini Mr. Task mini mag stock. You've been making that for 2 years.
Yeah, how much?
For PlayStation though? For PlayStation,
he needs to go get one so he can make it for a PlayStation.
Whatever's cheapest, I guess, isn't it? Is what you go with.
Yeah, that mini mag stock. Roots has one there, I think, right? Roots. That mini mag stock. I think TAS sells that thing for like
I have the TAS.
I don't know. And TAS, you can tell us in chat what you sell that thing for. Look at that. Look at this, GT.
That's the mini. Pull the controller off.
Oops. Yeah. So you got both. You just pull that off. So I basically or vice versa. You know.
Just needs to make. He needs to figure out how to make one. Let's do the whole thing.
I would try it.
It's really good, actually. It's for me. I don't know. I prefer it because when I have like when I pull off one gun or like on pop one, I've got this attached. It's so light. It doesn't even feel like I've got anything there. And then when I'm ready, I just pop it back on. And
He sent me
really
one for my. He sent me one so I can hook it up with my Quest Pro controllers because I can't. Like this is what I want to use. This is what I'm using most of the time, but it doesn't fit.
GT,
So-
let me ask you about the stock that you just showed us.
Yeah, man.
Do you have something attached to your controllers that's like permanently affixed to that thing that prevents prevents your controllers from being used normally otherwise?
No, just these things. You like the little clasps on the front and back. That's it.
How does that attach to your controller?
Do you have a controller there that you can?
It's just like a,
It's just a
and then
little.
you tighten it.
Yeah, it's just a
It
little.
just grabs
Pinches down.
And then when you're
It's-
done, you pop it off. The controller doesn't have anything attached to it anymore.
Yeah, you just put the controller in there, just slide it on. I did a video on it, Alex. I'm not saying you have to watch it. I'm not trying to sell it, but yeah. I did like
Go
that.
watch the video, Alex.
I
You
did-
did a lot of work.
I did two
on that.
fucking
That's
videos.
funny.
I actually did 2 videos. So I got the setup wrong, unbelievably. Someone's like, yeah, but you got to do this, and I just deleted the video and spent the day doing it all
shit.
again.
Well, I would definitely
yeah.
not buy this. If somebody sent me one, I would try it, and I'm willing to bet that I probably wouldn't use it, but there must be some stock out there that I'd be able to
I'm not
vibe with.
stocks either, man, because of that. It's just,
Yeah.
it has cool benefits, but then the other parts, they're just not for me.
So this
I
is
think in a
Yeah.
slower game like Ghost of Tabor, I would definitely go with a gun stock like a Pro Tube or something like that, like a full gun stock, because it's slow enough that it's not, you have to reload fast sometimes, but it's still not that frantic, fast-paced Pavlov contractors type of reload where you don't have to worry about it, and there's no climbing, there's no things.
But
where you
there's
have
a
to worry about
lot
that.
of looting. You're like always
Oh,
like
yeah.
No, it
reaching
is.
down to the
No,
ground.
I'm not saying you don't
picking
have to
items
break.
up.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't have to break it, but I mean, watch somebody like Short Stacks play with his Pro Tube, and man, he plays Ghost of Tabor better than anybody I've ever seen. He plays with that Pro Tube all the time,
he
and
plays
you
it
can definitely
more
do
than
it.
anyone else.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well, and if Firewall is built to where I actually don't split my hands up, then that might make
Right.
a stock sound a lot more appealing.
Yeah, and I guess in
Exactly.
that case, it might make me feel better about the button press, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, this could be really good fun, and it could be very tactical, regardless of all this stuff. So, yeah, it was just very strange for me to hear it all myself. Like I'd heard about the automatic reload. Apparently, they'd released a video a while back, and then it got deleted or something because of kickback. And then I guess they waited for this press event for people to actually play the game. To even mention it, like, because if, as you said, Ian Hickton, if he had a problem with that, he would have said that. He would have said, yeah, this is not fun. And so, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
I like that we're getting these good quality shooter games, though. I mean, that's great. I mean, this is going to be huge.
Amen.
And this brings a lot. This can bring a lot of flat gamers in too that haven't tried VR before, that will try it because it's VR and it's cool and it's something they've never done before. So
Mm.
I was so hyped for Firewall, and I'm not anymore.
Oh,
And I'm still gonna play it.
No.
I'm still gonna play it, right? I'm gonna try it, and I'm sure I'm probably gonna love it. But the thing is, it killed the hype for me, and that's a bummer.
I think it killed a hype for a lot of people, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what other features are there? So we've talked about this automatic reload, which I guess isn't really a feature, but it's new information. And then the feature of the eye tracking, right? Like being able to close your eyes before a flash goes off. I think that is extremely awesome.
Very
What
awesome.
else is there that's noteworthy that we haven't touched on yet?
What you got? You got anything, Alex?
No,
I mean,
I haven't seen the
Wes,
video.
what have you got? You got anything else?
Well, I'm trying to think of what comes to mind. I can bring up the blog post.
Yeah, bring up the
pretty
blog post,
quickly
man.
here.
Because I think we've accidentally covered it all.
Mhm.
To be honest, because
It's possible.
end of the day, they didn't really release any new information of like maps. I don't think, and you're getting all the maps from the original.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
really? I didn't know
really
that.
As far as I
good.
know, as I said, it's
That's cool.
Firewall
Oh, yeah.
Ultra is the original firewall underneath, and then they're going. Then you're laying it with Unreal Engine 5, and then the PSVR 2 stuff. So
is it only the old maps though? There's no new maps?
There
No,
might be
there's
a new
new
map.
maps.
There probably will be a
There's
new
gotta
map.
be.
There's new
They're better.
Yeah,
contractors.
there are new maps. There are new maps. There are new
Oh, okay.
contractors, new weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
But the old maps have been rebuilt, and they're not one for one. They're for example, the like call center map is all disheveled now with furniture turned over. There are new
Nice.
routes through the old maps. There are elevators and things in there now that weren't there before. So it's a remix. It's kind of like a remix of the of all the old maps plus new maps, new contractors, new weapons.
What about
All right,
Anthony's
I'm hyped now.
hallway carpet? The carpet from the hotel, is that still there?
I bet you it is, but it's going to
Unreal
be in
5, bro. Carpet.
glorious
You can-
4K now.
Yeah, you can rub your
Yeah.
face on it.
No, he
Unreal
doesn't.
says an Unreal carpet.
Unreal Engine 5
Hey.
carpet. Why did we play my mum then? I must have missed that.
So
She's got carpet
Yeah, you know who wants to rub your face, or somebody said something.
in my mom's carpet.
In my mom's
She has an
carpet.
she has an unreal carpet.
These boys are so filthy. It's
Oh,
unreal.
my
Firewall's
God.
maps are extremely good. Some of like the best maps ever in first person shooters, in my opinion. Like I
Yeah.
loved those maps. They were even the ones that I didn't like, I still liked, you know, they were like my least favorite, but I still loved playing on them.
I can't wait to go back to the one with the kitchen where you got the donuts and the croissants. And I used to like, I used to just look at those things for hours. But oh man, I'd love to eat some of these.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, it's good. Man. It's good. It's good. Well, so what about have you got anything extra there, Wes? Do you think, or you think we've done?
No, I mean I'm trying to skim over it without reading everything, and it looks like they're highlighting a lot of stuff like the new graphics and the 3D audio, things that we were already expecting.
Yeah.
The big focus of the article are the different ways that they're using the eye tracking.
Fisherman's 2 release date, another Fisherman's Tale. When is that out?
Something
May
like
11th.
Is it
May
May?
11th.
Okay.
Another Fisherman's Tale is out in May the 11th.
May 11th. That's right. Yes.
I done a video for it today.
Yeah, but we have
Embargo's
access to
up.
do preview content on the first 2 hours of the game. It wasn't like complete review
Oh,
access.
Oh,
that's
GT
all
played
right.
through and recorded the whole damn game.
Dude, you know,
He's like, whoops.
I'm really glad I was playing it. I kept thinking she did say only do 20 minutes or so. And I'd done the first chapter, which I thought, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, it reminds me of the first one, plus some extra mechanics. And then the escape in the prison thing, I was like, this is actually really cool. And then I stopped anyway, because I was like, I'm not sure where I am. I'd recorded like 43 minutes of it.
You get 2 hours. They'll give you 2 hours, and
Oh.
then there's a later date for the review embargo
Well, don't-
sometime in early May.
Don't tell them I didn't read it, all right? Just
Nobody will know. It's just us here.
Yeah.
don't tell anyone I don't read in general. But yeah, man, yeah. I don't know if you guys ever played Fisherman's Tale. Some
I did.
Stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
It's
I thought it was
very
cool.
Yeah.
Liked it.
I
Wes
think-
never played it.
What?
I did
What?
not. No, I
Must
didn't.
He's
play
going
it.
to. You're going to play it before you play the
It's
second
only
one?
an hour and a half
No.
long, Wes, or something. It's
Oh,
not
really?
long. Yeah, it's not.
He
It's
said-
like hour and a half, 2 hours, but it's like VR Inception moments.
It's cool.
It's really
I think it's
cool.
worth checking out.
You
Absolutely.
know who hates it when it's short like that?
My mom.
We're,
He
we're
really
always
hates it.
speaking. We're always speaking for this woman. You know, she never gets.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Voice her own opinions.
Well, it's
She's
hard to
she's too
speak. It's hard to
busy.
speak. It's hard to speak with your mouth full. It's
Yeah.
rude.
Hey,
Oh,
Oh, my God.
Jesus! All right.
Hello.
this is a family show.
It's a family show.
Oh, hold on. Let me
It's
tell my 8-year-old
law.
daughter not to watch anymore. Oh, Daddy says don't watch the show anymore, honey.
Oh, that's it. Ephraim Marcus, thank you ever so much. Yes, one of the most exciting things, and I can't believe I forgot this because I try and do it in most VR games I play. You can cover the light of your gun with your hand in Firewall.
Yeah, cool.
That doesn't
You can
sound
cover your eyes. You
amazing,
can cover your light.
but honestly, play your favorite shooters now and try it. And the
Does
light.
that mean I can do shadow puppets on the wall?
Yes.
Can.
You can. Yeah.
What it means is it's a way to stealth when you're in proximity to the enemy.
You
is
could be like
covering up
that.
your flashlight.
You could be doing that, and someone would look at that on the wall, and you shoot them in the back of the head while they're looking at it. That'd be so cool. Oh man. So yeah, also I was going to say, so Green Hell is getting co-op, and I'm sure that someone told me it was 4-player co-op.
It
You
is.
Yeah,
It is.
It
That's
is.
insane.
I might actually play it now.
Me
It's
too.
actually going to
Heck
be.
yeah.
It's going to
Properly.
put the final nail in the forest. Everybody
Yeah,
that says the forest is so good, which I mean, it was cool, but it's the jankiest fucking game I've ever played. And I can't wait to get in there and steal Wes's fish for Green Hell. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh no! What are you
I
drinking?
can't wait
Dude,
to
the
feed them
bit-
like poison mushrooms.
Are you drinking?
Yeah,
Kool-Aid?
Fish are so much harder to come across in Green Hell too. If you take my fish, you really will be killing me.
I was saying that I was on Virtual Stranger show the other day, and I was saying, dude, I'd love it for like someone to like have to pick the leeches off your body for you. That'd be so cool. You'd be walking along and be like, can you just stand still for a minute? And be like,
You got a
there
leech
go.
on you, bro.
You got a leech.
Yeah,
on
we
you
you.
could
can keep
cool.
them. That's protein, man. You can keep it, cook it
Who
up.
doesn't want to pick leeches off other people? I mean,
That's true. That's real life.
Well, especially if I
2023.
couldn't reach it,
Year
right?
of
Like if you could
chicken.
like see
Yeah.
one on my back and I can't reach it, you know, like that would be awesome. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but one can dream.
Ball
I'll do-
check.
I mean,
That's where the leeches
because
are the worst.
Green Hell's the one.
Ball check.
Green Hell's the one where like you clicked in your thumbsticks and your legs like came up, didn't they? Funny, well, like weird angles, your arms and your legs, wasn't that? Have you guys done that? When like,
I
for-
never did it.
so if you bust your ankle in it, right, you click in the right thumbstick.
Oh yeah.
and your
You're
foot
right.
goes whoop, up in midair, and it's really funny. And I kind of tried to get it glitching, so it looked like I was floating in midair, so my legs would be up here, like doing this. But I just think that'd be so funny in multiplayer, like everyone just walking around on like one leg, and it could be. It could be.
So here's my
so-
concern. Here's my concern with it. Now, I think this is amazing news. I think
it
that
is.
multiplayer is what this game needs. It's going to be. It's like a next gen version of the forest. You know, with a gigantic map and next gen graphics. Here's the thing with the forest. The game starts, the story campaign starts with you crashing in a plane. It makes sense in the story for you to have other people there. The story of Green Hell makes absolutely no sense for other
Mm.
people to be there. So my question is this multiplayer mode just going to be basically them dropping you in the map and saying, there you go, don't die? Or is there going to be story content to play through with your friends? And that's a big thing for me. If it's just hanging out in the jungle with your friends, you know, I could see myself doing it once or twice and then being done with it.
I saw somewhere I thought there was going to be new story content with this.
There is 3-part story DLC,
Yeah.
Spirits of Amazonia, it's called.
Yep.
Just so everyone knows, yeah, I did say that it would be funny to pull leashes off someone's bum. That's what I said. That was the words.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. Yeah, you got a leech on your ass. All right, cheers. Man Bear
Would you-
Pig Game Cat. Thank you ever so much for the donation. He says, "You guys know who else has an unreal carpet?"
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
My question is, would you still? You guys were talking about eating the leeches. What if you took it off of someone's bum? I don't know if I want to eat that leech anymore. Like I don't know.
Do you
Didn't want to
guys
eat
say
it to
bum?
begin
Do
with.
Americans say bum? You
No,
say bum?
I'm just. I
That
just
didn't
wanna-
sound right, dude. Like when you
I
said
know.
that,
I
was
was
like,
to feel like I was in the UK.
That's what we call homeless people over here.
Yes, that's right.
oh yeah, and geezer is old people. as
Old
well,
old
isn't it?
person.
Old
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
yeah.
Why, what's
Yeah.
what's a geezer in England?
Just a dude.
He's one of the best bass players of all time. That's what.
Yeah, like a geezer here is someone like you can rely on. Do you know what I mean? They're cool, they're down.
Oh.
And,
Oh.
yeah. so
Really?
I remember.
I'm definitely one of those.
I remember streaming or something.
You're both of them,
You're
Mash.
both. Yeah.
Fuck
You're double geezer.
Yeah, dude.
All right,
You're
do
the
not
most
call me
geezer
double
geezer out
geezer.
there.
You're double geezer. You're double
Oh,
geezer.
shit.
I remember saying that in a live chat, and like someone like got a little bit offended. They're like, "Why are you calling me old?" And I'm like, "I'm not. I'm not saying you're old." So I stopped saying geezer pretty quickly when I realised that most of my audience is American. And
We could have a show just of slang words from the US and the UK. And just
we could
figure
do
things
that.
out.
We definitely do. Yeah, even food. Like you go down the road at food, is even named all different stuff. And
You guys
Yeah.
have weird names for your stuff. Ours is all normal. No, just kidding. I'm sure. Right? Isn't it? Tell us some of your food over there, GT. Some of the normal stuff that sounds weird over
well,
here.
the thing is, I don't know what it is. Do I? I don't.
Chips.
Chips. What about
That's
chips?
Oh yeah,
wrong.
French fries, right?
Well, what do you
Fries.
call potato chips then?
Crisps?
Crisps.
Oh
Crisps.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
crisps.
that's, you're right. You're right, Roots. That's weird.
I'm the only English person, aren't I? This is gonna be like.
Yeah, you do this show with all Americans.
I need another UK person on here. This is gonna be strange. So what do you call
Oh,
what do you call
man.
this, GT? What do you call this, GT?
What do you call a cigarette? Isn't it
Oh, let's not.
No,
let's
that's
not.
Canadian.
Oh, never mind.
The
Never
Canadian-
mind.
the
Never
Canadians.
mind. Never
That's-
mind.
This
That's
is a
Canadian.
family show. Come on.
Right.
Isn't it
Beans-
weird
beans
though?
on
It's like it's-
toast. Who eats beans on toast?
Who doesn't eat
beans on toast an English thing?
Definitely.
Beans on toast.
Yeah, they serve beans for breakfast everest over there.
That just sounds like people
No, they
shitting their
fucking
pants all day.
don't. You don't have beans for breakfast. You
Yes, they do.
Americans made clickbait videos for that shit.
This is the
They
best
don't- they don't have
version
no
of
Lucky
CruCast
Charms,
I've
though.
ever heard, by the way.
Yeah, we do have Lucky Charms.
Oh, do
Do
you?
you?
Oh,
Yeah, they're just
Well,
shit.
what do you call 'em?
You
They're
call
just
them lucky?
shit lucky, they're unlucky. They're fucking. Oh man, I can't believe you brought the cigarette one up. I've got so many memories of saying what you're saying, like and
Can I
never
bum one?
realizing
Can I-
what it was.
Can I bum one?
No one ever says that, by the way.
No?
No. 'Cause,
Bum-
like, bum a
No,
cigarette
bum
is
doesn't-
a thing
yeah,
from
bum
a-
It'd be like, can I ask your cigarette?
yeah.
No one
Oh,
says, "Can I
man.
bum a cigarette?" No.
You know, everyone's in chat. Like, do I type this? I really
Nah, I
type
know.
this.
I'm just waiting for this thing to implode right now.
it's
I
better
know,
not
I
to
know.
say it or to type
Oh.
it. Just
We
leave
should
it there.
rename this podcast to Derailed.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
right? I tell
Yeah.
you, I tell you what might be a weird one. Banana sandwiches.
Bolo-
That is
Bologna?
weird.
like a
Banana.
peanut butter
Ba-
banana?
Sorry, Ali.
Banana sandwich.
Was that me?
A
Are you doing-
banana.
Are you doing my
Hey,
voice?
you make banana
Well,
sandwiches?
you pronounce banana banana.
But banana.
It's
Banana.
it's a banana
banana.
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 or nanner. You could just call it a nanner
Nanner.
and cut to the chase.
Oh shit. Oh man. Wait, I say banana.
Do you? Banana.
You can barely
Banana.
get that out of your mouth.
Banana.
Fucking banana. Yeah, like none of you.
Samson 143 VR with the $4.99 US CruCast is my favorite mashup pod.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Me
It
too.
is. It's the best. I like when we talk about food for 20 minutes.
We could
Yeah,
easily
right.
talk about food.
Mrs. GT says, GT, no normal English person has a banana sandwich.
A banana.
Listen to you saying it like that.
I don't know. I don't even think I say it weird. You guys say it weird.
Oh man.
You're
Is
out-
it-
you're
do you
outnumbered,
put peanut
GT.
butter on it, or is it just a banana sandwich? Do you put like peanut butter and banana?
No,
Like on
that's-
That's a
toast?
good combo.
To be fair, I never used to. It was my nan or grandma.
Oh,
I think you
okay.
call them grandmas.
Yeah.
We call them
Oh, man.
grandmas.
Yeah,
Or nan. No, I've seen people call them nana or nan.
nice nans. Yeah, so she used to make me banana sandwiches. So and it would be like banana with sugar. It was nothing special.
So it's like a comfort thing, brings back good memories too. And
A little bit. I personally don't eat one. I have my bananas normally. How do you say banana again? You guys?
Banana?
banana.
Ba-
Not like that.
Not like I don't know what you were saying. I was
You're
like,
saying boner, nanner.
no, I'm not,
Banana.
Alex. I'm not.
You know who loves bananas?
I couldn't get the A right.
It's banana, dude. It's just a banana.
Banana.
It's not a big
Banana.
It's a
Banana.
banana. Stop.
It's
It's a banana.
banana.
Banana. You
Holy
fucking-
shit.
You bunch of mental. You're fucking mental. Oh no!
This is
Don't
great.
start that. No,
A crisp sandwich.
No, Sutrabla, I think his name is, has just come up with one that we don't need to. get
Oh,
into.
aluminum?
Oh, fucking.
You say aluminum?
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Wait a minute. It's not. You don't say aluminum.
No, I say aluminium.
You say aluminium.
Okay, that's
That would.
hilarious.
If I was
That's a
drunk, I
joke.
couldn't say that.
No,
There's
it's
no
not
way.
a fucking joke, Alex.
No,
Don't
it's
be
not.
surprised. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. I've heard this on other like PC focused channels on YouTube.
Can you give me a vegetable? How do you say vegetable?
Vegetable.
Yeah, that's good.
That's sad.
Vegetable.
That's good, Alex. Right? Let's get it.
Good
You're not
eye.
teaching
Yeah.
language, yeah. So if, just
I'm the
stop saying
best.
it different.
When it comes to language
You're
and
talking
pronouncing
my
words.
language. You're talking my language.
Yeah, that's the Queen's English.
What about peanut butter and cheese whiz? Somebody said is really good.
What
Oh,
the fuck
God.
is cheese whiz?
What are we doing now?
What is cheese whiz?
I know,
420
what
is
are we
Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. 420 is Thursday. not
Oh yeah,
today.
3 more days until we can just go off the rails like this, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's a good one. Garage.
Yeah, well, we all know that already.
It's garage.
Garagey.
The garage.
No, Wes, you make me sound so posh. I don't know why. It's garage.
Garage. Okay.
Garage, not garage. What did you say? Garage.
Garage. Yeah.
Oh,
We're We like to sound fancy. Garage.
Je ne sais quoi says
Garage. Is it like Target when you're saying Target? Target. A good garage.
Trash is rubbish. Do you guys say rubbish?
Garage.
No.
Garbage.
Trash.
Nothing is
Garbage.
rubbish.
Oh, garbage. Wow, garbage. Yeah, that's a good one. Garbage.
Garbage.
Like the
Garbage. Yeah.
Garbage.
garage.
Oh no.
Mate. I tell you what.
PD said it.
I'm coming unglued over here.
I know.
Yeah, same. So is there anything else we need to talk about to do with VR this week? Is it like
I don't know, man. Let's think. There's shit tons
gotta
of stuff
say,
coming out.
go
There
on,
is.
what we
I
got?
gotta
What we
say,
got?
there is a phenomenal game on PSVR 2 that I don't think is getting any love, and it should. And it's because it's an older game, but oh my god, it's not anymore. It's like brand new again. Yo, Zombieland Headshot Fever.
Yeah,
Oh, it's amazing.
PSVR 2. Oh my
Amazing.
god, I'm playing this like I'm addicted to it every single night again.
noticed.
And I've even gone back and played it on PC and Quest again, and it just doesn't feel as good. It feels so good on
The
the
graphic-
I noticed.
Yeah.
looks so good. This game is the hotness.
I noticed that both of you, Skiva and Gamertag, are on there on like the very first tutorial level with full loadouts and three perks. Like you guys are going back trying to push it up there, huh?
Oh, I'm gonna have to get in
Yes.
there tonight.
Sometimes I see like I get in there and I'm like, okay, I got to beat everyone's score. And then I see some of these scores from GT are like, that's not even possible. This dude's hacking.
No,
He's wall
that-
hacked.
there's
Like,
a
how
reason
did he
for
beat me
that,
by
right?
10
GT?
seconds. I
What do you
just had
mean?
the most
What does
epic
that
run
mean,
ever.
Wes? What does that mean?
I mean, you used to work for XR Games, and
Oh.
when that
Whoa,
game
is that what
launched,
happened?
right?
Yeah, I was a playtester. And yeah, like it was really weird. I did a review for the game, said my negatives, and the owner rang me up and he went, "Fucking just work with us, you know, and for us." So I was like, "Okay, cool." Did some bits, and yeah, like I think
Did a
that
content
game's.
creator competition.
I won. Did I win that, or did I come second? I think
You
I won
hosted
that.
it. You hosted it.
I hosted it and
I
won
was
it.
in it.
Oh
No, it was Game on Scorpio. I think one of it came in
Oh
second
yeah, the one I
place.
hosted was that's different. I also done another one for them as well online with Viper, Game on Scorpio again, who is, to be fair, naturally very talented at a lot of games. Like if me and him got in a game for the first time, more likely he will beat me just because he's naturally really fucking fast reacting and stuff. But yeah, I remember like beating his score on Zombieland Headshot Fever live. Oh man, I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. But as going back to what Steve was saying, this game is like literally an underplayed gem, an undervalued gem, especially on PSVR 2 because they've got an all new graphics engine in there. It looks fantastic and it plays just as good as it did before. Yeah, I'd recommend it to
Better.
anyone. Yeah, when they were like,
I need to try it. I haven't tried it yet.
It's so good. It's so good. This game is like VR crack. I'm telling you. Like you're like, I'm gonna play like one round. I'm just gonna play
Crack's
and
not
go to
good.
bed and that's it. And then like 3 hours later, you're like playing like the same couple things over and over again, trying to like beat all the high scores and just do better and better. This game is so good and it looks incredible and it runs incredible and it feels amazing on the PSVR 2. It feels great on the controllers. The haptics are awesome. Everyone with the PSVR 2 should own this game.
How
in my
much is it?
opinion. I don't know. If it was
Oh.
$100, you should buy it.
$25, 25 bucks.
I think it's
not that
20 or
much.
25.
are you
I'm
gonna
not
talk
sure.
about it on your show, Alex? If you get some keys,
Zombieland?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get some keys in.
All right. That's
Heck
what I
yeah.
like to hear.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
way,
Now, I'll say this. I agree with everything that Skiva said about this game. It is fucking amazing and it's addictive. I do have one nitpick though. They should be utilizing the eye tracking for the node-based teleportation in this game.
Yes, I
Uh,
completely agree with you there.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Because it's gaze based, right? It's
Yeah.
already gaze based and it doesn't always pick up. And when you're really pushing for the top of the leaderboard,
Yep.
split seconds matter and it doesn't
Yeah.
always catch. And that
Mhm.
can ruin a run. And there's such an easy fix for them now available on PSVR. I don't know why they're not taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I
I
think
agree.
like at the time I featured Zombieland like 2 weeks. I think it came out really quickly, didn't it? Like 2 weeks after the launch, maybe a week after.
Yeah.
And
It might have been a launch title, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
If it was, yeah,
Yeah.
like they messaged me, like, do you want to do a video on it? And I kind of thought, oh, like it sounds like no one's making noise or whatever. And I made a video and it did all right, nothing special, but literally no one was talking about it. Like no one cared about it, and I kind of thought, damn, like how is it? What's missing? You know, it's an IP that everyone knows the films. It's a really cool game. You know, like for me, it's like the best. One of the I don't want to say the best. It could be the best. I could say the best arcade-esque shooter in VR.
Yes.
Just fighting the clock, and the weapons are fucking sick as well.
So good.
Yeah. Have you got the American Bad Boy thing, the revolver one shot, Skiva? There's a revolver in there, dude. It fucking like if you can get headshots with that, it's one shot.
Really? So I don't think I've seen the revolver yet, and I'm trying to go through and like upgrade every weapon to full, like try to complete all the challenges.
That might be the mistake.
The revolver now.
That might be a mistake because toilet rolls worth a lot of money in that game.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
to
Like they
now-
like they used to be in real life, which is kind of funny, right? Because I think Zombieland came out pre-pandemic, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Originally-
yeah. It
Yeah,
did.
And
did,
they
yeah.
nailed that toilet paper would be the ultimate currency. Okay, stupid story real quick. So during the pandemic, I got sick of using fast food napkins to wipe my beep, right? All the time because like there
His
was
bum.
no toilet paper.
He's singing
anywhere
his
here.
bum, wiping
His bum.
his
Yes,
bottom.
my bum.
Oh, we need to ban
I
that.
really did. And my neighbor went and he's like, yo, I got a stockpile. I was like, what? He had like all this toilet paper. I hadn't used toilet paper in 6 months. And
Oh
it
shit!
hurt, right?
My
And I
God,
ended
your
up trading-
bum must have been wrecked.
It sucked, dude. I ended up trading weed for toilet paper.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh,
It
that is
happened.
incredible.
Fucking hell.
And it was the best wipes of my life after that. So just saying.
It was well worth it.
So I collect that toilet paper in Zombieland like I need it.
Do you was it even like high quality toilet paper? Because like for me personally, I don't have
It was 2-ply, baby. Oh yeah.
wow, quilted. That quilt.
Better
Extra
than fast
soft.
food napkins.
Oh
I'll
my
tell you
Yeah,
that.
after 6 months of fast food napkins, I think
Dude.
it didn't matter what you were using, right? Snowtoad says
For
we
real.
could talk about what went wrong with Gambit.
That's
Wes,
a
what
good
went
idea.
wrong
That's a
with
good
Gambit?
idea.
Somebody, never mind. I was going to throw some shots out here, but I'll have a little decorum.
Who's he going to throw
you know-
shots at? Let me guess. Is it
I don't
Radio
know.
Run? Maybe. I don't
Wait a
know.
minute. Wait.
Yeah.
Brand says,
Radio
just take a
Run,
shower.
Idaho.
What?
We've all been
couldn't help.
there. We've all been there, Bran.
I
know
stand
have.
by.
Yeah, every
I
time
stand
you
by
poop,
what
you're
we
just gonna
said
take a
about Gambit.
shower.
Let's talk about
Gross.
Gambit. Let's talk about
Wait.
Gambit. What happened
All
with
right,
Gambit, man?
Gambit.
What happened with Gambit?
It crashed for somehow the Steam version. The Steam version got worse from the time that they delayed launch to the time that it came out, and it became buggy. When we tried to play Roots and I with Skiva and Tribe, and Skiva and I were forced to play the Quest version because the Steam version just would not run for us.
That might explain what
it-
happened to me then, because I couldn't even get through like the next level. Like there'd be like 4 of us, we get together and be like, right, let's go to the next place. You couldn't fucking open the door. There was just like real alpha issues, if I could put it in any
Yeah.
way.
Their
Yeah.
games
Yeah.
kept crashing every time they'd go to a new level. Both of them would disappear.
Now these are
and
the
because their game
developers.
crashed.
Was it Zero Caliber? Was their game before?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And they've done a really like top job of bringing that to Quest.
It took a while though.
It
It
did take a
took some
while.
post-launch support for that one to come along to what it has become today.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's buggy. I mean, you'll have a door that all 4 players have to put a hand on to open, but for some reason, one of the grips you can't grab. We had instances where our hands would lock up, so we couldn't grip our guns. I mean, there was tons of bugs. But with all that aside, when it worked, we had a blast. Like I enjoyed myself. The game itself, I think, is a fun game. It's an arcade game. It's not going to be for everyone, but when it works, it's fun. And I stand by
the
that.
only thing that come across to me is it felt like animations felt very cheap. I don't know, like it didn't feel like a game of current gen in some way. Like when you're shooting these guys, why isn't there ragdoll effects? Why isn't there ragdoll effects? Why is it an automated? I've died. Ugh, I'm gonna lay down this way. You know, why aren't they getting blasted away? Why? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like this is where some of the conversation for what I was saying earlier about PSVR 2, where there's this general feeling of, oh, what's happening? You know, there's no games and stuff. I think people are, and me, are getting very aware that a lot of PC VR indie games are coming to PSVR 2. Like Afterlife VR I played yesterday is very much that, you know, very much that. And the only reason that I gave it any time is because it's only £10. You know, it's the price it should be, because it's funny. It's fun. Like, it's got a good atmosphere. It makes you jump, but the game, for the best part of it, is pretty bad. Do you know what I mean? It's not amazing. You're not going to walk away.
It's
and go,
cliche.
"Fucking hell."
It's cliche. You have to be a fan of that genre. I mean, it's all been done before in one form or another.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you like that sort of game, you know, it's worth the price, right? Worth the price, worth your time.
But how much was Gambit on release?
$20.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad, is it? $20.
No,
that's not bad.
Is it
at all.
out now?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's out.
It's out, and the PC version just continuously crashes, which is a bummer. And I'll tell you, it's very weird because me and Tribe used to play this game a lot, like 6 months ago, and I don't remember ever crashing. Like, I don't know what's happening. I'll tell you, I do see the improvements that they've made. I think the guns feel 100 times better.
they sound way better.
Are better. Yeah. There's a lot of things that are improved, but even still, like when the game runs, and I think it's a lot more stable on the Quest, I love it. Like when it's running, I truly love this game.
And the
Like, I have
characters are
so
cool,
much fun in it.
aren't they? The characters are cool, you know, like
Yeah.
I liked all that, you know, and I wasn't really a fan of the like forced swearing in the trailers and bits. I thought that was a bit cheesy, but I was really up for it. I was so up for Gambit, and yeah, when I played it, I was just like, oh, I don't want to play this, unfortunately. But
Oh,
I
that's
love
a
the level
bummer.
design. I love all the hidden areas and all the secrets, trying to find all that stuff. You clear all the arcade enemies out, and then you spend just as much time trying to find all of the crates and buttons and
Yep.
cameras. Like there's a lot of added gameplay and in just that extra stuff that helps you ultimately upgrade your weapons for your next run.
When this game becomes stable again, I'm gonna play it so much because I truly do like it. I even like the repetitiveness of the different kinds of enemies and stuff, because it's like, you know, that kind of enemy, how it's going to behave, you know what it's going to do. It's like very, very, very arcadey, you know, find different areas and then go and find all the little things here and there. And then the voice acting, I think, is some of the best in VR, like, period. I just really like this game. It's just too bad that like it's in its current state. They should have pushed this release back. If they did and it came out like working really well, I think it could have done really well, because me and Tribe play the hell out of this game. Like, really enjoy it.
And you can jump, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
climb all kinds of stuff. I think it's a ton of fun when it works.
Did you guys play Creed on your PSVR 2s at all?
I played it once. I
Not
played
yet.
it once, and I played almost all the way through the campaign the first time I played it, and then I couldn't fucking pick my arms up for a week after that, and I haven't been back since.
Oh man, that is
It was
on
good
the,
though.
on the
I
PSVR
liked
2,
it.
you played it, Wes?
I did, and I liked it. I thought it was very good. It's a great workout, and they actually have integrated in the championship edition like a calorie counter if you want to use it for exercise. That's in there now. But yeah, man, it's a kind of a nice in between an arcadey boxing game and a boxing sim. It's got a nice story campaign to it, good looking graphics. I mean, I had fun with it, other than the physical pain that it gave me.
I'll get into it this week. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
I think I
I wanna
burned.
play it.
Try it.
I think
I don't think
burned-
I want to buy it again though, but I'd like to try it.
It is really good on PS. It's the best on PSVR 2, to be honest. I think I burnt nearly 900 calories playing
Damn.
that game. Yeah, like
I just don't think I want to sweat like that into my PlayStation 2 yet, or my PSVR 2 yet. Like, I've been thinking about
will.
wanting to play it, but I've been thinking about maybe getting it on the Quest instead. Is that okay?
no,
No,
it's
you
not,
wanna play it.
it's not okay. Sorry,
You
no.
It's not
can't
the
do that.
championship edition. The
Yeah,
championship
that is
edition
true.
is only on PSVR 2.
Sorry, mate. No, you can't.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Good job.
I don't
Okay.
like sweating in VR sucks. That's the
Good
only
point.
bad problem with workouts or anything like that, especially if it's a workout where okay, I'm trying to, get in shape or whatever it is. You're gonna sweat and it just doesn't feel good. I'm like Alex, I don't want to get it in my headset. I don't even like it when it's like hot in the summertime. It's a weird thing, right? I don't know.
I use headbands again. Like I can't believe since the 80s I never touched
I
one of
want to
those
see
things, right?
Steven
And
in a headband playing.
and then
I'd
I'll
love
put a
to
headband
see
on,
that.
put my headset over it, and that'll
Oh.
take most of the sweat. It'll keep it from rolling down inside the headset into your eyes. It's the way to go if you got to sweat in VR. Use a headband.
I would love
So,
I'd love to see that.
Rich Hellstrip wants to hear what everyone thinks about Dead Hook, the upcoming Joyway Quest exclusive roguelike.
Oh.
Doom
Why-
clones.
Why you
Cool.
gotta light me on fire, bro? Does he
Looks
know?
cool.
Man, why the fuck? People do this stuff to me on purpose.
I think Eric's nose actually going red when you said it. It started glowing. Anger.
Look, I don't have a
Some
problem with Dead Hook. I have a
steam
problem
coming out
with
of his
Joyway.
shirt.
I'm just tired of Joyway. I'm tired of Joyway, like putting games out, and then they get halfway through like the development of the game, and they're on to their next 2 or 3 games already. Like,
But it's
we-
back. It's back now. They took
Look.
Outlier away. They put a Doom skin over it. Now it's back.
Yeah, it's back, but Wes, literally, I play tested this game less than just over a month and a half ago, and it was a wreck still. So unless they have like a miraculously put a ton of stuff into this game in the last month, I don't think that we're going to see a finished product. We're going to see another early release game that's half finished.
How's Stack doing? Did they finish Stack? Is it working well?
No, it's still early access app lab along with Red Flowers, which
Yeah,
looks
along with
amazing.
20
by the
other
way.
games they're going to make.
That's the thing. Like I think they're very good at like finding a unique mechanic, making it look really cool. To be fair, Against is still their most complete game.
It's
so
awesome
good.
too.
It's a
And
good
it's
game.
not on the
Awesome's-
Quest.
It's what?
It's
Not on
on
the
Pico.
Quest.
It's on Pico,
Pico.
right? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's on Pico.
Okay,
Yep,
so
it
4
is.
people are playing it on Pico. Fantastic. way to go, Joyway. Way to, and then they're going to complain because, we don't think that we're going to cancel this game because we don't think it's going to do as well, or we overestimated the amount of people that wanted to play this game. They're so full of shit, man.
That's the problem. How
Tired
do
of
you
them.
trust a developer if they did what they did last time? Like somebody said in our Discord, I think it was, they'll put the game out and they'll feel it out, and if it's not doing well enough, well, sorry you lost your money, or I guess maybe they gave refunds or whatever. But I just don't have a problem with that.
What was the
I'd
game?
rather just
Was it Obscure? Or-
Outlier.
Outlier.
So
Sorry.
this
That was
game
cool,
is
too.
Outlier. This game, see, I've known for a
It's
while.
literally
they,
Outlier.
Yeah, so they killed Outlier, and then all of a sudden, literally 2 weeks after, they messaged me, "Hey, will you come play test Outlier? We're going to release it on Quest." And I'm like, "Look, I'll come and play test it again, and we'll do this whole dog and pony show again." But I was like, I better see some improvements here on the Quest, and I stopped doing it. And I'm like, I can't help you guys anymore because it's just more garbage on top of more garbage, and then you're gonna quit. Just like with Stride, you're gonna draw everybody along, saying, "Yep, we got a great campaign coming. It's gonna be Mirror's Edge, everybody. I promise. It's gonna be Mirror's
So-
Edge. It's gonna be amazing."
So what if MASH, since Joyway kind of is the Pimax of software developers?
Oh my God, that's like the perfect
Wow.
thing. They are.
What if you can buy Dead Hook and then when the Quest version of Against comes out, they'll give you like $15 toward the next game. Works for Pimax, right?
Joyway dollars. Joyway dollars.
Joyway dollars. Yeah.
Joey bucks.
They're no good anywhere else, man. They're no
Oh,
good anywhere
man.
else.
Look, I hope this game is great. Outlier, I thought Outlier. I know GT, you didn't really have a lot of fun with Outlier. I really did. I thought the
did.
movement mechanic was
Same.
fantastic. I thought it was really, really good. It had a
It
lot
was
of
great.
promise. They just didn't finish it. And before they did, they killed it.
That triple jump was amazing, dude.
was
You
awesome.
you jump, you blast a couple enemies, you jump again before you hit the ground, you blast a few more. I
Wasn't-
loved it, dude.
wasn't
It
you
was the
using like
best Joyway game.
Yeah, you whip your hands. And that
Yeah.
game was an aerial game. Like you got perks. Like one of the perks was you get like a 20% more damage if you shoot enemies from the air. That game was not a game that you could play flat-footed. It penalized you if you tried to walk through and play it like a shooter. You needed the movement. You needed to be up in the air. You needed to be jumping around to be able to play that game. So it played slow if you're on the ground, but if you played it the way they wanted you to play it, which is up in the air, it was really good. It was one of the best movement mechanics I've ever seen.
which is
what's
why
the
I'm excited
studio-
for this.
What's the studio that did Standout and Gang V?
Oh, that's
Oh.
Raptor Labs.
Yeah, Technoglitch.
Yeah,
is
They're
a
just as
Raptor lab.
bad.
Yeah, I feel like they all probably hang out. They
Yeah.
have like super ADHD, right? And they're like, "Oh, I'm working on this one game. Oh, I have an idea for another game. Let's work on it. Oh, I have an idea for another game."
Standout was well ahead of its time, really.
It was a good game.
If somehow,
Yeah.
if
It's
someone,
cool, but it's still a buggy piece of crap.
if
It's
someone,
still-
Oh,
if someone
Yeah.
would have literally just gone, I don't know, let's fucking actually concentrate on getting, because they done that. Then they done, what was the other one they did?
War Dust.
No, was it War Dust?
Yeah. War Dust.
War
30
Dust
on
was
30.
pretty good. That was pretty
Or
cool.
they did
actually.
War Dust. They did the Gang V, and they did
Well,
that
War
one there.
Dust, Gang V's fucking trash.
It's
That is-
awful.
That
dude.
is one of the worst games in VR I've ever
And people
played.
will say it's like GTA.
GA.
I'm like,
Oh,
no, dude, it is
mate.
not.
It's
Like,
the
if you
bargain
could get
bin version
GTA
that you
online,
find in Walmart.
awesome.
Like at the very bottom.
In my latest video of Gang V, right, there's people going along in cars with their feet up by the steering wheel and their fucking torsos in the ground. Like, it's proper
Oh, man.
funny. And there was another time, like, I was just walking along the street and suddenly a car hit nothing, just flipped in the air. Do you know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck? And then I got in a helicopter because I thought, what is that up in the sky? And I went up there and there was just a random bit of world that they must have put in the game and thought, I'll just fucking leave it out here. No one will find it. It's just a bit of land floating in midair. It's
Were you-
fucking crazy.
Did you land on it? I would have tried to land
I
on
landed on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Again, because my channel was so
man.
fucking small, do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't do that well, but oh, it was so funny, man. Mate, that video, I was just like, I've never played such an incomplete bad game, and I mean that even from Joyway, like that was really bad. War Dust though gets regular updates, like regular updates.
That was another game. I wish another company had that game, because I think somebody, because that's what it is. I mean, you can drive tanks, you can fly jets, choppers. I mean,
It's
and
cool.
it's 30 on 30 if you ever actually could get that many people in there at one time. But literally, it's 30 on 30 combat. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
There's
it is-
mods
it is
or
really
bots
good.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that thing, don't they, where you go in a server and it looks populated.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a mixture. I don't think that's a bad thing, but again, when you're on PCVR, I think what's Ghost of Tabor the other day, they had like 600 and something players online or something, didn't they, regularly or something? Like every
Yeah, it's always there's always
Yeah.
600 to 1,000 people playing. It's insane.
They had
The
we looked
theme
they looked the other day on the Quest. There was over 2,000 people playing at one
I
point.
don't mean this disrespectfully, because I know that's good, but isn't it a shame that that's all we're happy about? You know,
I know.
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm not downplaying it. It's the best. They're doing very good for what it is, but it's a real shame
For an
that VR is
unreleased
in this.
beta. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And,
Yeah.
and that was just that 600 or 700 that you saw was just PC. So those are
Yeah.
people coming back to PC VR to play this game, which is great to see numbers like that on PC VR again. Gives me a little bit of hope that it could start to grow again, you know.
So I've only started to like kind of get my bearings in Ghost of Tabor, and I enjoy it. I honestly think I enjoy it best played solo, which is really weird because most of the time I'm like looking for a squad in games.
I
But
do, Alex, as well.
due to the nature of that game, I really like being solo and like kind of sneaking around and listening for footsteps and stuff and all of that. But I've just been kind of getting my bearings and learning how to play it. And there's like this whole market system where you can go and buy guns and ammo and all these things. And then it sends it to a computer in your home base and you get it from that computer. Well, when I first started playing the game, well, I shouldn't say when I first started, but when they gave everybody unlimited money to buy whatever they wanted, I was attempting to buy a bunch of stuff at these vendors and not realizing how I can actually get my hands on it. I didn't know about the trading post. So I bought like a ton of guns, tons of ammo, food, all backpacks, like armor, all of this stuff. But never really got my hands on it. And then they did the wipe and we're like, hey, everybody, you better go play the game so you can get your golden AK. So I did. And I go into the game. I'm looking around for this golden AK and I end up texting Skiva and I'm like, dude, like, how do I get this? And he's like, oh, you have to go to the trading post. I'm like, okay. So I go into the trading room, post wipe, and guess what's on the computer? All of that stuff that I bought.
Oh,
with
is
that
it still
unlimited money.
there?
Yep. So I have a huge arsenal to start the wipe with. I have like tons of guns,
Wow.
tons of ammo, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, holy crap, this is awesome.
So what you should have received is what you would have gotten with the Founding Fathers edition, just because they're giving everyone Founding Fathers just for the beta. So they should have been loaded with stuff, but it shouldn't have been what you purchased pre.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was Founders, but there's no. I mean, there was like multiple backpacks, multiple vests, multiple weapons, armor, ammo, or guns.
Alex, I think we both got the same thing. You got the Founders.
Okay. I thought
but
that
here's the other cool
all that
thing
stuff.
is you can go into the Tabor market and you can look at your guns, and then you can actually assemble the gun how you want it with all the pieces that you want it, and you can scan it there, fully assembled, and then you can add it to your favorites. And then you can buy that gun exactly how you want it without ever even going back to the market. You can just go in your trade room and then go to the buy section right in the trade room and just buy the things pre-assembled how you want them.
And how do you add it to favorites? Because I still haven't figured that out.
So after you put it together and then you scan it with your little grocery store scanner.
Yeah.
And it goes into your checkout.
Yeah.
You have to go to checkout, and then there's a star next to it. You click the star.
Oh, fucking hell.
Then you buy it. Yeah.
God, I was looking for that for 8. I was like, I couldn't. Thank you.
It's not intuitive. Like, they definitely need to make it a little bit more intuitive or add it to tutorial, which I'm sure they will, right? Because they're still kind of piecing together how some of these things are going to work for the final version. But yeah, now you can just like buy the guns fully assembled how you want, assuming you have enough money to do so.
Right,
Man, that tutorial is, you better be like ready to play that game when you're going into that tutorial. It's like somewhat lengthy and like a little dull, for lack of a better way to put it. And like, I knew already what I was doing when I played through the tutorial, so I was able to kind of blast through it. But yeah, it's a pretty hefty tutorial experience.
The thing is, you can shop on, or you can completely skip it. You can just click your menu and go back to your safe house, or you can click your menu in the safe house and go back to the tutorial and just go up to the stations that you want to learn how to use. So you do not have to go through the whole tutorial in one piece.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, and remember, just them having a tutorial is a big deal, because it's basically, this is Escape from Tarkov. And if you go play Escape from Tarkov, they give you 0 tutorial. You go in with nothing and no knowledge, with no map knowledge. The only tutorial you'll ever get is if you go on your own to like wiki pages and find this stuff. So, this is a hardcore game for people. So just the fact that they put a tutorial in it all is pretty good.
I like the tutorial, actually. I thought it was really good. But
Property is freaking amazing, by the way.
That
guy is awesome. Yeah.
What would you guys think?
Forever the tutorial guy.
Yeah.
What would you
No
guys
longer
think
property.
about them adding a one push button reload for this game? Probably not for this one, right?
All right, let's do it.
all right. So on that bombshell, we're going to finish this week's episode. Thank you to everyone in the chat for joining us. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you to my guests, Alex Escape from Between Realities, Wes and Roots from Virtual Strangers, and Mash from Q2C VR Gamer. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you for all the support. Really sorry about last week. I can't remember why we weren't here, but I'm assuming everyone was out and about again, because obviously these guys are superstars. But hopefully we'll be back next week, and we should have Brad with us next week. Hopefully he's better. And yeah, thank you for enjoying the show. I will upload the audio version for those people who care. I always forget. It's terrible, but I will do it. I will do it 100%. That's all I got to say.
That's it.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna play some Breachers.
Let's go play some Breachers. Let's go.
Breachers.
Ladies,
Good,
guys,
man.
take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Later.
Hi, everybody.